Dinesh D'Souza, conservative author, filmmaker, host of the Dinesh D'Souza podcast, and Phil Kerpen, president of the Committee to Unleash Prosperity. Phil, mandates are now being seriously considered. Fauci is practically giddy about the prospect. The political implications of this, what are they?
Well, I think this is a huge political mistake that the Democratic Party and the media are going down. They're going to further polarize the issue. They're going to alienate more people, and they're going to drive the people who are on the fence away, not just from getting vaccinated, which is the stated objective of this, but away from them ideologically and as voters. So I don't see how this accomplishes anything positive for them.
Dinesh, the mandates don't just apply to the vaccines. America's cheeriest doctor said this.
If there is proof of vaccination and everybody is fully vaccinated, then you can take off your mask. It's time for us to reinstate some of these masking mandates, while in the meantime, ideally aiming for proof of vaccination so that we can really boost our vaccination numbers.
Dinesh, punishment to boost vaccines. How does that work?
It's very creepy that you see not only the government trying to use the full extent of its power to coerce its own citizens, but as you mentioned earlier, an effort to kind of recruit the private sector into imposing its punishments. Now, I think the constitutional question here is whether the government can enlist private sector agencies to do what the government itself may be constitutionally forbidden from doing. In other words, think of if the government hired a private agency, for example, to do unreasonable search and seizure. Could they get away with it by the fact that the government can't do it, so they're just going to get private companies to do it? I think the question here is, and in some ways this is the kind of, I'd almost call it the fascist blueprint, because the fascist blueprint in its classic definition is a merger of the government with the private sector to kind of bring all the citizens into lockstep.
Well, Phil, when you see the reaction of just the regular citizens here to this kind of browbeating and hectoring and bullying and insulting, like they're all stupid for not rushing out. Even, I was watching Biden today with the, with Super Bowl champs, Tampa Bay, and he kind of turned around and he said, now you all got to get vaccinated. You saw some of the guys kind of, oh, okay. Who knows? I mean, there are a lot of the young, healthy athletes, they're not getting vaccinated. They don't want to get vaccinated. So is the NFL going to say they can't ever play? Or they got to get tested every 5 minutes? Well, how does this all work?
Yeah, they're going to basically test them every couple minutes and mask them and subject them to all these protocols until they give in and get the vaccine. And frankly, Laura, I think that we've got this whole vaccine story upside down in this country, from the White House and all their media allies on down. We should be telling a very positive story on vaccines. We have enormous uptake among seniors, which is overwhelmingly where the disease and death is with COVID. We've got 89% of seniors in this country with at least one vaccine. There's no state below 77.5%. And there are only 5 states below 80%. Basically everywhere, the seniors, the people who are at risk, they looked at the cost benefit. They said, look, there are unknowns with this, but I know my risk with the virus is bad, and seniors go ahead and get it. And I suspect that if you had the ability to parse the data by the other high-risk categories, you'd see very high vaccine uptake in the other high-risk categories also. They don't cut the data that way, so we don't know that for sure. But people are generally really aware of whether they're at high risk and whether it makes sense for them to get the vaccine or not.
That's a very smart way of looking at it.
They should just present information, as you said. Let people decide.
Yeah, and the coercion just has the opposite effect. Dinesh, I know you wanted to chime in on the fugitive Democrats and the discovery that a number of them, 6 total at least so far, have tested positive after their sojourn to Washington, D.C. And now one of Pelosi's staffers has it. Some White House staffers have it. They revealed today at the White House briefing, and they're all apparently vaccinated. What?
Right. So
what?
I think the whole Texas runaway scheme has turned out to become kind of a comedy. It's like the thieves are making with the getaway car and the loot, and the car breaks down, and suddenly everybody has the disease, and they're supposedly vaccinated. And not only this, I think when they get back to Texas, there are people waiting to arrest them. Now, what I think is particularly telling about all this is that although the media has been hailing these Texas Democrats as heroes, what they are doing is exactly the same as what the January 6th protesters are accused of doing. They're obstructing an official proceeding. In fact, if you think about it, the January 6 guys, I mean, they delayed that proceeding by what, an hour or 2 hours? The Texas Democrats are essentially preventing the Texas legislature from going into session for now days, and it could be weeks, it could even be months. And so this is a kind of assault on the democratic process. And so I'm really glad to see karma getting a hold of them.
Well, the magic bus of COVID. I mean, this is, you can't even write this. But we're learning that the White House doesn't even count most of its staff cases. They only count a very small percentage of their cases, which, again, kind of makes the point that case numbers don't matter. It's symptomatic, serious illness, I know as Phil has said many times, is what matters. So the White House is kind of following what we've said all along on this. Don't worry about the case numbers. All right, Dinesh and Phil, great to see you.